Hey guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. If you know from my last vlog, I kind of went off of my normal meal prep to enjoy a nice Mother's Day brunch with my family. And then we kind of like changed up the meals throughout the rest of the day to make sure that I was having, again, more whole foods, less fat, more carbs, so that way I didn't go super overboard in my macros. I know that I went over in calories for sure, definitely went over in macros, but not like 200%, probably like 150%. So today I wanted to take you through a full day of eating through the meal prep that I did show in that video. I'm not going to tell you the exact macros or calories that I'm currently at purely because it's going to be different for everybody, and I don't want people copying what I'm doing because this is what works for my body and what me and my coach have discussed that we're going to do, and there might be a different direction that your coach or whoever you're working with or what your goals are. My goal right now is I'm going through a reverse diet before starting a muscle growth phase. So my macros are gonna be different than your macros. My weight is different than your weight. I was up 2 pounds this morning. So I do know that I'm holding a lot of water from that. I just got back from a really sweaty cardio session. Still at 35 minutes daily. I check in again on Friday. Today it's Tuesday. I'm still doing that, still pushing pretty hard, but the weather here has gone, it's great now. It's like high 60s, low 70s, but for some reason the gym decided that that's when they're gonna kick the heat system on. All winter has been freezing, and I've been so cold, I haven't been able to get really good sweat. I was like, my heart rate was in the 140s and I was sweating by 2 minutes in. So that was great. So kind of ignore all the clutter over here, but this was my cardio gym fit. I like to wear sweaters for cardio just to make sure that I sweat a little bit more. And then I'll also wear leggings. These are the Buff Bunny. They're from like her winter collection like 4 years ago. I love them. I like to wear leggings for my cardio because my thighs used to touch and chafe a lot. They don't really touch that much anymore. But it still keeps my legs warm and I keep them sweaty. I also wear this sweat belt from Sweet Sweat. I've had it for like 10 years. Make sure you wash it. That's how you get a fungus. And it really just helps. It's not so much like a waist trainer as it is I am just getting really sweaty and gross. So I'm gonna make my first meal of the day, which is breakfast. And let's go eat. So breakfast this morning is gonna be 90 grams of egg whites. You just pour that right onto the scale. We did tear out the, oh now it's leaking. 2 whole eggs. And I usually just like season on the stove, but just for lighting purposes, we're gonna season here. So I just use normal black pepper and then some garlic powder, which I need to refill. And then I also get 2 slices of turkey bacon and 110 grams of potatoes. I already have these weighed out to either serving size or this is grams cooked per grams raw. I always measure things raw because then I know the actual nutrition of it because everything will be smaller. Like last week, it was 0.6 grams per 1 gram. This week it's 0.4 per 1 gram purely because I accidentally added too much salt and so it took too much of the water out. And so I'll do it per serving. Sometimes I will change up the potato serving size to adjust for carbs later in the day or if I want to just switch something up. So that's why I put the extra grams there. So it's kind of like an omelet. It's going to be 2 eggs, egg whites, potatoes, turkey bacon, and then I have, of course, just the 1 piece of bacon to like munch on. And then I will side this with half a serving of no sugar added ketchup, which I used to not like ketchup on eggs, but then during prep, I really wanted sauces, but like macro-friendly sauces, and there's only 2 grams of carbs per tablespoon of no sugar added ketchup, and so I added it. So here she is. This is my first meal of the day. I like to eat in a bowl because it makes it look like there's more food there. I will say I'm a big breakfast person. Like I said in my last vlog, my husband and I are super foodies for breakfast. So I always make my breakfast meal really big compared to my other meals. The macros still kind of work out, but I like to put like a little bit more fats in my breakfast. I also like to put fats in my breakfast because on work days, I'll eat this before I go to work, and I work 12-hour shifts. So I'll get there at like 7 and I have to do med pass and assessments, and I usually don't get a chance to like sit down to eat something until about 9:30 or 10. And so if I have a higher fat meal at 6 o'clock before I leave my house, it's gonna last me longer and give me energy to get through those first few hours of work. So I'm gonna devour this. I'm also drinking a Celsius today. Make sure you get the ones with 0 carbs and all that good stuff in it. This one is the Fiji apple pear. I think I've had this one before. I like it. I do like the sparkling over the non-carbonated ones. The non-carbonated ones, they do kind of like taste just like juice, but I like to do these ones. I was gonna have a buff chick coffee, but since my macros are still pretty low comparatively, I would prefer to eat my macros rather than drink my macros. And the buff chick coffee has 18 grams of protein, which would have been all of my egg whites, or half a scoop would have been all of my egg whites. So I would rather have eaten the egg whites than had coffee. So we're gonna eat this, and I will see you at the next meal. So I just finished my workout, so I'm gonna have my second meal of the day. It is kind of later in the day. I usually like to eat 2 meals before my workouts on days that I have off, but it just didn't really work out for me today. So I'm gonna be eating this meal here, which you saw me make. It is chicken, sweet potato, and Brussels sprouts. After my workout, I like to have a lower fat, higher carb meal, and then always, protein. A lot of people do protein powders, but like I said earlier, I like to eat my macros instead of drink them right now. So I'm gonna eat this, and then it is hair wash day. So I'm gonna go take a shower, wash my hair, and then we'll have another meal. And then of course, keeping up with water. I love this. This is my Hydro Jug. It's the 40-ounce Traveler. I absolutely love it because I have to get a gallon of water in a day, which means I only have to drink 3 of these versus like 6 blender bottles worth, and I lose count of that. So if I just kind of keep drinking and keeping up with this one, I'm usually pretty good by the end of the day. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat that. Okay, so I washed my hair. Curls are curling. Still having some frizz issues. I'm working on it. I'm trying different curly girl methods. There isn't like a curly girl method list, which I think would be helpful for us curly girls. If you know like good products or whatever you think, please leave them in the comments down below. Currently, I'm using like a curl cream and then a gel, letting it cast, and then using oil to break the cast. It's kind of working. We'll see how it works. Anyways, took a shower, and then I got a bunch of like mail in, and I'm kind of just like in a down mood now because I got a lot of clothing in, because the problem with losing all this weight between last summer and this summer is now I have no summer clothes. So all of my shorts, which are about a size 6, size 8, don't fit. All of my swimsuits, which are like a medium or a large, don't fit. So, and then I don't particularly like clothes shopping in the store because it gives me a lot of anxiety. So I do a lot of online shopping, and I use the size guides and reviews to kind of shop around. So I bought 3 swimsuits off of Target because they were all on sale. And from the website it said extra smalls. Out of the 3, only 1 of them fit. Like they were too small. And the only reason that the one did fit was because it had ties on the sides and the backs, and the other ones were just like sliders. And I ordered 2 pairs of jean shorts in a size 0. They were too big. And then I also had to order new scrubs because my scrub pants were like MC Hammer pants. And I ordered an extra small, and these were like super baggy and rolling up my ankles. Like I need like a petite size, which the petites, it says like if you're shorter than I think like 5'3", you should get a petite size. I am 5'6", so I didn't think I needed a petite size. So then I had to return those. So out of like the 7 things that I bought, only 1 thing fit. So it was a little discouraging. So I went and did a bunch of those returns. So now I'm gonna make my biggest meal of the day. It's my meal number 3. This is my taco salad. I have had a salad in my prep the entire time because volume is what really helps with all the food cravings for me personally. Like I took out my rice or my potatoes because they weren't voluminous and replaced it with like a shit ton of veggies, right? So now I have a salad, so I have a lot of volume from the lettuce. And then I like to do this as my third meal of the day because it's my highest fat meal of the day. It's got ground turkey, cheese, and avocado on top, along with some black olives because I am a sucker for black olives. I had them all through prep, really love them. So I prefer to heat the taco meat and the cheese together up in a bowl, stick it in the microwave, and then mash up the avocado all into a bowl. And that'll be my third meal of the day. This meal is the most complex to put together of my meal prep. So I portion out the lettuce and black olives ahead of time. This is the cheese I use. It's reduced fat Mexican style blend shredded cheese from Kroger. Avocados, because I only use about 25 to 35 grams depending on what my sweet treat of the day is. And then this is my turkey. I just do it in bulk. And again, like I kind of do with my potatoes, I put the serving size on there because it's such just, since I take it out and put it in a bowl anyways, why waste another container? And then also our fridge is already full of containers because my husband meal preps his meals and I meal prep my meals. And so then you have just like all these containers in the fridge, saves on some space there. So what I'll do is I'll just have a mixing bowl. This is my favorite one to do my salads in just because it's small, but it's big enough that like it's not overflowing and I can still kind of mix things. Take the pre-made lettuce and black olives, stick that in there. And then on the scale, I'll put a little bowl, turn it on, make sure it's tared out. Serving size is 112 grams of turkey. Perfect, 112 grams of turkey. And then I need to check my Fitness Pal because I don't remember if I get 15 grams of cheese or 20 grams of cheese. Oh, even worse, I get 12 grams of cheese. 15 grams of cheese. So I get 15 grams of cheese. So I'll do 15 grams. I haven't had dairy in my diet in a while, so I'm slowly introducing it back into my diet in the form of cheese, just very small bits of cheese. And then we'll start introducing it back with like my creamies too. And we'll stick it in the microwave for 15 seconds, just enough to get the cheese melty and yummy. So it gets it kind of just nice and melty. We'll add that there. Get all the cheese, all the cheese. And then today I get 30 grams of avocado. So I get the avocado. Put it in the same bowl so I'm not wasting dishes. 24, 30 grams avocado. And then what I like to do, I don't know why I do this, I just like the flavor. I put pepper on top. And then I mush it in the bowl. It's kind of looks like that. And that's what goes on top of the salad. That way it kind of like mixes into the lettuce a little bit more. So you get something that kind of looks like that. Mixy mix. So that's gonna be my third meal of the day. I'm gonna just go rot on the couch and eat this because this is my favorite meal. I'm gonna doom scroll through TikTok, eat this meal, do a couple chores, and then we'll get on to my fourth meal. So see you at the fourth meal. Okay, so we just did a bunch of chores and now I'm really hungry. So it's a little bit earlier than I probably would eat another meal. However, today I threw in a sixth meal, which I will show you later, and I'm really excited about it. So normally when I have 5 meals, I'll eat like 2 to 3 hours apart. But since I'm eating 6 meals today, it's gonna be about an hour and a half, 2 hours apart, just because of how I started so late eating this morning. So this is gonna be meal number 4, and you saw it in my last vlog. It's my favorite meal right now. It's my hyperfixation. It is a chicken stir fry. So you have 1 serving of the stir fry veggies from Costco. And then for volume, because as I've been saying, everything's about volume when you have like all these hunger cues. So I do 1 serving of instant mashed potatoes with 1 serving of riced cauliflower, and then I blend it so it's like a mashed texture. And then we mix it all up. Of course, throw some seasonings in there. and then 4.5 ounces of chicken. Now the sauce that I use is super yummy. It is the takeout sauce from Flavor Gang. I get it from one of my local supplement shops. However, this was like the last one they had, and I am running a little low, so I'm really hoping they have it because I don't feel like paying $8 for shipping for something that's $14. Like, these are expensive, but they're really yummy. There's 5 calories and then 0 fat, 0 carbs, 0 protein. So I really don't feel that guilty eating it. I also have the yummy sauce, which is really good on fish, and the Bajaha sauce, which is kind of like a lime chili. I'm not a big spice person. Maybe I'll try it next week with the stir fry instead of the takeout sauce. We'll see. And then I'm also having a Diet Coke. I love these cups. I got them for literally $13 for 4 of them at Costco. Love me some Costco. And then I added some sugar-free vanilla for like a vanilla Coke. Oh, it's gonna be nice and yummy. It's like 75 degrees outside, so I'm gonna go eat this outside and make sure that my son doesn't murder the dogs with his squirt gun. And so that is meal number 4. So last week during my check-ins, my coach increased my carbs a little bit. And so I decided to kind of help with my cravings to have a little sweet treat every day. So last week during my check-ins, my coach gave me a little bit more carbs. And so with that, I decided to like throw a little sweet treat in during my day, usually as like a pre or intro workout to kind of get a little bit more of a pump and a little bit more fuel. Something with sugary, fast-acting carbs in it. So I had put a Rice Krispie treat into my diet. You didn't see that today because I was heavily influenced by TikTok the other day after I'd bought a watermelon and someone had put a watermelon lemonade sorbet creamy on my feed. So we made it. What I made was 160 grams of watermelon, and then they used the Simply lemonade, like the simple lemonade, but that was way too much carbs for me. So what I did was I did Crystal Light lemonade and added stevia to it. I don't know how it's gonna taste, but it's like 77 degrees outside. I just set up my back patio and the couch and everything back there. So I'm gonna make that. It is currently 7:30 at night. It is still pretty light out, so I'm just gonna go kind of like make it and enjoy that while we start to wind down for the night, and then I'll have my final meal right before bed. Okay, so I did another respin, and this is what it looks like, which I think is going to be a lot more creamy. I did do a water base with this, so I don't expect it to be like creamy per se, but it was just like a little too flaky for me. So let's go see what the boys think about it. I really like it. I think personally, like with this, I probably would do less water in it, because I did like fill it all the way up to the fill line with water and then put the Crystal Light in it. And then I think there's just like too much lemonade to watermelon ratio. So maybe like half a packet of the lemonade, same amount of watermelon. Because you still taste the watermelon. You just don't get like watermelon lemonade. It's more like lemonade with like a splash of watermelon in it.
Am I taste testing?
Mm-hmm. It's a little flaky. Okay. I think it's like too
much.
much.
The lemonade is very strong.
Yeah, I think it's too much lemonade to watermelon ratio, but it's good. Yeah. I'll definitely make it again.
Yeah, no, just maybe like half the lemonade.
Yeah.
So you split into 2.
Yeah.
But no, that's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I like it too. Alrighty, so this is my final meal of the day. It is currently 8:44. It's a little bit later than I want to be eating my final meal. I usually like to eat it like an hour before I go to bed, but that just isn't how life worked out today. So we've got 4.5 ounces of air fried shrimp, some broccoli, and then white rice. I am so excited to eat this meal. I've been craving shrimp for weeks. Happened to be on sale this week, so it all just kind of worked out in my favor. So I'm excited. And that's it for the day. That is a full day of eating in my 3rd week of a reverse diet. Hopefully it gives you kind of an idea of what my meals look like right now. They're a lot more fun and creative, in my opinion, because all I've been eating for the past few weeks has been green beans, asparagus, chicken, and cod. So this is actually really nice and refreshing. having these change up in meals allows me not to have as many cravings. And then with the little added carbs this week and having another little sweet treat, that's really going to help the sweet tooth. That creamy actually worked out really well. I should probably make up a couple more. Like I said, less lemonade, maybe more watermelon. Kind of figure out the ratio a little bit better on that, and it's going to be perfect. Alright, so make sure that you like this video if it's something you want to keep seeing. Comment down below videos that you would like to see. Also be sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload another vlog. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Goes up, goes back down, it goes out.